Get out your calendar and mark up for Saturday. You've got Octoberfest coming to the KC Hall here in Springfield, and talk details about that. Terry Farmer joining us with the Knights of Columbus. Terry, thanks for taking time. What is Octoberfest all about? Good morning.
Good morning, Greg. Thanks for having us. Well, it sounds kind of odd, but it's Octoberfest in September, and that is traditionally the way it is in Germany. And
Really?
Right now they're celebrating Oktoberfest. I think it's this weekend.
So what is it exactly? Is it just, the fest of harvesting? We associate Oktoberfest with beer here in the United States. So tell us about some of the origins from your understanding.
Sure. Well, Germany, of course, is, a big grain grower and a lot of hops and barley. And so the Germans, hundreds of years ago, established Oktoberfest. Of course, they did it in September for the weather, but right after the fall harvest. And they celebrated the fall harvest and drank a lot of beer.
When you celebrate things with family and friends and coworkers, busting your hump in the fields, there's nothing better than a nice cold brew.
Yeah.
Terry Farmer with us. Okay, so Oktoberfest, of course, we got some of the historical understandings, but coming up Saturday, you're going to be having Oktoberfest with a whole slew of artists performing and even a Datsun racing event.
Yeah.
What?
So we kick off this Saturday, September 10th at 12 noon. We're going to have a lot of kids' activities, face painting, prizes, and little games for the kids up until 3 o'clock. But at 3 o'clock, we kick off with Dachshund racing. Last year, we had about 22 participants.
Wait a second.
And it's a blast.
Do they all have to be Datsuns?
Yes.
What?
Or a breed similar to a Dachshund.
All right.
But if you know anybody with a Dachshund, you have a Dachshund, you have relatives with a Dachshund, have them come out. It's free admission for you and your Dachshund. And come out, register at 2:30, race at 3. We have a couple different heats. And we have lanes and stages set up, and it's fun. It's pretty quick, too. Only take about an hour of your time on Saturday.
Do you know a lot of people with wiener dogs?
We've built up a group of
yes!
of racers.
I love it.
Actually, there's rumors going around that some steroids are getting involved.
Stop it!
So we've had to put the kibosh on that, but we don't test each dog for steroids.
That's good to know.
But it's a good time, and the kids enjoy it, too.
But you're also doing a Stein holding contest.
Yeah. So
what's a Stein holding contest?
So actually, I think it's about 22 ounces of beer in a glass mug that you have to hold out on your arm as long as you can. Usually, I think the women are about 4.5, 5 minutes, which is pretty darn good. It's a couple pounds of beer holding it out straight out. And the men, I think we've gotten up to like 7 or 8 minutes.
Wow.
But I believe the world record is, I may be misquoting, but I think it's at least 13, 14 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah, it's very difficult unless you've really trained for it. So.
Well, and you got to think, you got to hold it straight out.
Correct.
So that leverage there starts to really get a little overbearing after, I would imagine, 2 minutes, and then
it gets shaky. Yeah. The good thing is if you participate in the Stein holding this Saturday, we're going to have 2 or 3, probably 3 or 4 heats during the day.
Okay.
Then whoever holds it the longest comes back about 8 o'clock for the Grand Championship Stein holding. But you do get a free beer to drink after you've done the Stein holding.
Nothing wrong with that. And again,
they'll be throughout the day.
And this is coming up Saturday, September 10th at KC Hall, 2200 Meadowbrook Road here in Springfield. Get out there, make your plans. Of course, it opens at noon, so you can get there, and there's going to be food, I take it,
German
drinks.
Food, German beer. We got 3 bands coming. Die Musikmeisters from noon to 3, Die Spitzbaum from 4 to 6:30, and the top headline band is the German Heidelberg Band from 7 to 10. They really rock it out.
So, okay, you think of like traditional German heritage. They've got the outfits, the
Lederhosen,
the Steins for the beer, the barrels, the Datsuns and wiener dogs. Are the bands performing? Some of them have, Die Musikmeisters and Die Spitzbaum. Do they play traditional German music?
Some very traditional polkas, German beer drinking music.
Nice.
And then some traditional music too. A lot of brass, a little bit of accordion here and there, maybe some bells. But it's a good time for the whole family, really is.
So this is Saturday,
Right.
but you also have a raffle coming up tonight.
Yeah, we've been doing the big raffle now for about 7 years. But again, we have a 50-square board, similar to Queen of Hearts. And we're down to 13 squares now out of 50.
Oh, wow.
So we're up to $128,000. Somebody
Whoa.
could win the whole jackpot tonight. You just need to come out to the KC Hall tonight.
Wow.
Starting at about 3:30, we'll sell tickets, and we actually do the raffle at 7.
So are there limited number of tickets to be able to get on that board?
You can buy as many tickets as you want. If your name is drawn tonight, then you get a chance to open one of the 13 remaining squares.
Oh, my gosh. So
it's
that's going on
crazy.
tonight. Again,
Correct.
give us the time people need to get there.
Open at 3:30, drawings at 7. We stop selling tickets at 6:45 sharp.
Gotcha. We're talking with Terry Farmer. He is with the Knights of Columbus here locally. Octoberfest in September, and it's coming up Saturday at the KC Hall. But tonight they've got a raffle, so put that on your plan for this evening as well. Terry, of course, this is helping out the Knights of Columbus. Talk about the important work they do.
The Knights of Columbus is taking all the proceeds from Octoberfest this year and donating it to the St. Martin de Porres Food Pantry, the local food pantry, which is a total non-profit food pantry. They have no paid staff. All of the food and clothing and other items go directly to residents of Springfield.
And you've heard stories recently with inflation up, with other economic conditions as they are. Food pantries are seeing an increased number of people who need the food. And it's not just people who traditionally have needed it before. They're even seeing newer faces that they haven't seen before at food pantries. So this is just one way to help out a great organization here locally with the Knights of Columbus, helping out the food pantry here in Springfield, and Terry Farmer here with the Knights of Columbus to talk about all of the great fun you're going to have while you're helping the local food pantry. So again, Terry, just an overview here. Tonight's raffle, Octoberfest Saturday. Give it all to us.
We've got a full weekend. Tonight, the big raffle. Ticket sales 3:30, drawing at 7. Tomorrow night, Friday, we have the big tent set up for Octoberfest, and we have a great band, the Colin Helton Band. If you like some good traditional music with a lot of good guitar, electric guitar.
So that's Friday night.
Friday night, we have a band Friday night. Yep. Then Saturday is our headline act, the Octoberfest, from noon until 10. 3 bands, Beerstein Holding, Dachshund Racing. Great time. The weather forecast is perfect.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be nice and mild temperatures with highs in the lower 80s.
It's beer drinking weather.
It is beer drinking weather. There's no question about it. And I'm sure after a beer or two, watching those wiener dogs, the Dachshunds race, that's going to be incredible. How many do you have race at a time?
Well, we do different heats, of course. So I think last year we had heats of 4 or 5, and then we do a final race for the grand champion Wiener Dog Derby winner.
Do they have like their own lanes?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they don't stay in them very much, and there are prizes. Like I say, if you know anybody with a dachshund,
I love it.
Call them this morning. Tell them to reach out to us. We're on Facebook, Knights of Columbus number 364 on Facebook. You can get more information.
That's so cool. I can't imagine. I'm not going to be able to make it to this. I'm going to be out of town. But Terry, you need to take some video of the Dachshunds running.
Do. Yeah,
because they're short little legs going rapid pace. For whatever reason, I want to watch that.
Well, you bring your drone out next year, and we'll get some drone footage.
Love it. Yes. All right. Greatly appreciate your time as always, Terry Farmer. Thanks for what you're doing and putting this together. All right.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Appreciate it.
It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News.